Freeze. Don't swipe yet. Answer me honestly and watch the floor under your beliefs shift. Do you think calm equals safety? Do you believe that being open with your feelings earns respect? That vulnerability guarantees loyalty? That honesty about your emotions protects your relationships? If you nodded to any of that, you've been living inside a beautiful story that quietly weakens you. Here's the cut that stings. Feelings are real, but raw displays of them are leverage for someone else. Centuries ago, Niccolo Machiavelli watched good rulers melt down and clever ones stay cold. He wrote about why. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how emotional chaos makes you predictable, how people exploit that predictability, and how to become emotionally untouchable so you can control yourself first and then set the weather for everyone around you. I'm not telling you to be numb. I'm asking you to be strategic. Type this in the comments. I choose emotional control. From today, that's the rule. I learned this the hard way in a small conference room that smelled like burnt coffee and hurry. A colleague took a shot at me, half joke, half blade, about missing a deadline I'd already flagged as impossible. The room laughed, the way rooms do when they sense blood. I defended myself too fast. Words rushed. My voice tightened. I explained, and every explanation sounded like I was begging the room to like me again. I walked out with the work still on my plate and my reputation lighter by an ounce. That night, I realized something simple and brutal. I had let him choose my state. He tugged, I danced. From that day on, I decided my emotions would answer to me, not to invitations. And everything started to shift. Number 1, control the frame or be framed. Most people think emotions are private weather. They're not. They're billboards that tell the room where to aim. When you let your face, tone, and tempo broadcast your inner storm, you hand your opponent a map. This is why gossip spreads. This is why certain people throw small provocations just to test your edges. Show me your flinch, and I'll plan my next move. Machiavelli understood this long before psychology named it. Whoever sets the appearance sets the terms. It's not about being fake, it's about being deliberate. Start with your opening posture. Shoulders back, chin neutral, breathing low and slow. When you speak, use the pause like a gavel. You're not rushing to fill silence, you're letting silence do your heavy lifting. People read composure as power because composure says, I'm not in a storm. Drop this in the comments. I set the frame. Number 2, delay is domination. Emotional reactivity is fast. Authority is slow. Wolves don't bark when a twig snaps. They notice, then choose. Build the habit of the tactical pause. 3 seconds before you answer a snide remark. 1 deep breath before you reply to a risky text. A quick, let me think about that before you say yes to something that will cost you. The pause is not cowardice, it's a signal. I don't answer to your rhythm. Watch how people fumble when you refuse the tempo they want. The manipulator needs your speed to trap you. The critic needs your outrage to keep the spotlight. The beggar needs your instant yes to keep draining you. Without your speed, they lose their script. Machiavelli prized timing, decisions made neither too early nor too late. Your pause buys accuracy, but more importantly, it buys hierarchy. The one who decides when the conversation moves is the one who quietly leads it. Comment this: I respond, I don't react. Number 3, your attention is a currency. Spend it like a banker, not a gambler. Most people think control is about saying the right words. Often, it's about seeing where your eyes and ears go. Attention makes everything grow. Feed a slight, and it becomes a feud. Feed a troll, and you become a show. You don't owe your focus to every stimulus that taps your shoulder. In a meeting, don't swivel your gaze to every interruption. Keep your eyes on the target, or on your notes, or on the person whose buy-in matters most. On your phone, use friction. Remove the one-tap path to the apps that spike you. If someone loves baiting you with negativity, initiate the gray rock. Neutral tone, short answers, zero sparkle. Indifference is a wall they cannot climb. This isn't cruelty, it's hygiene. Machiavelli wrote about conserving strength for decisive moments. Your attention is strength. Hoard it for moves that move the board. Comment: I guard my attention. Number 4. Learn the mask of calm, then choose when to lift it. Wrong. The right mask is a tool, like a surgeon's glove. It protects what matters while you do delicate work. The mask of calm is how you keep the team from panicking when a project catches fire. It's how you keep your partner from spiraling when money goes tight. It's how you keep yourself from turning a small slight into a public implosion. The trick isn't to bury feelings, it's to schedule them. Feel fully in private. Decide coolly in public. Let your room read steadiness, not because you're pretending to be made of stone, but because you know leadership is part theater. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few get to feel what you actually are. That gap is not dishonesty. That gap is duty. Comment: I wear the calm with purpose. Number 5. Scarcity creates respect. Overflow invites appetite. Constantly explaining your feelings, constantly apologizing for your tone, constantly justifying your boundaries, this floods the market with your inner life. Floods cheapen. What people hear too often, they start to expect. What they expect, they stop valuing. Your warmth, your openness, your empathy, use them like premium resources, not tap water. When you say yes, let the yes be clean and costly. When you share, share the layer that serves the moment, not the whole archive. When you apologize, make it once, make it specific, then move on. Strategic scarcity isn't playing hard to get. It's protecting the gravity of your signals. Machiavelli would have said, confer benefits deliberately and they taste stronger. Comment: I keep my signals scarce and strong. Number 6. Never fight on the battlefield chosen by your opponent. Emotional traps are almost always invitations to the wrong terrain. They'll try to drag you into sarcasm, volume, speed, or a text war at midnight. Say no to the terrain, and you win half the battle without throwing a punch. If someone lobs a passive-aggressive comment in front of others, don't duel there, or move it offline with a calm, time-box chat. If a client escalates via long emotional emails, shift to a phone call with a clear agenda. If a friend tries to prosecute you in a group chat, step out of the courtroom. Call them or decline the trial entirely. The lion doesn't chase the fox down the hole. He makes the fox come up to the open ground. Comment: I pick the terrain. Number 7. Yoke your emotions to outcomes, not identities. Roles become cages. When someone presses the bar of your role, you panic, defend, and perform. Stop gripping the costume. Grip the result. If the outcome is a shipped product, don't perform the perfect teammate. Set boundaries that actually ship the product. If the outcome is a healthy relationship, don't perform the endlessly understanding partner. Have hard conversations that fix the pattern. If the outcome is peace, don't perform the bigger person. Walk away from energy that eats you. The world doesn't live inside the story you tell about yourself. It lives with the consequences of what you do. Machiavelli valued outcomes over optics. Anchor yourself there. Comment: I choose results over roles. Number 8. Train your trigger map. You can't be untouchable if you don't know where you're touchable. Make a short, private list. 3 people who tilt you, 3 topics that spike you, 3 times of day you're weak. Put systems between you and those spikes. If mornings make you sharp-tongued, delay serious conversations until after food and movement. If a certain coworker knows how to get under your skin, script your replies in advance, and stick to the script like it's policy. If money talk with family detonates, move it to structured windows with an agenda and a time cap. Mastery isn't never feeling. It's never being surprised by what you always feel. Comment: I know my triggers, I own my plan. Let's make this practical for the next 24 hours. Choose one arena: work, relationship, or self. Decide your frame before you enter: what you'll project, what you'll ignore, what you'll refuse. Commit to 3 pauses: one before you answer a challenge, one before you accept a request, one before you send a message you'll regret rereading. Seal your attention. One focus window today where you're unreachable to noise. Wear the calm mask on purpose once, maybe when someone else starts spiraling, and watch how your steadiness turns into a room temperature. Then write down one trigger you noticed and what you'll put between you and it next time. Here's the uncomfortable gift of this playbook. When you stop being easy to move, people start moving around you. Your stillness becomes a wall that silly arrows can't enter. Your silence becomes a lever that moves meetings. Your yes regains weight. Your no starts to land. Some will push harder at first. Of course they will. Dependence doesn't like losing its favorite supply. But very quickly, the system rewrites itself around your new settings. Respect follows predictability. And nothing is more predictable than someone whose emotions are loyal to their values, not to the room. Type this now to mark the shift. I choose emotional control. Then do the tiny things that prove it before the day ends. Calm is not the absence of feeling, it's the presence of command. When you own that, you stop begging for weather to change, and you become the forecast everyone else checks before they step outside. Number 9, build your baseline before you enter the room. Most people walk into a conversation and let the room set their temperature. That's why they leave sweating. Don't do that. Decide your baseline: calm face, steady breath, slow cadence, low shoulders. That's your home. When someone tries to yank you up or down, you return home. Your baseline is a contract with yourself. I don't sprint for cheap fires. Do a 2-step check before you speak. Breath low, jaw loose. Then deliver at your pace, not theirs. Leaders don't surf moods, they bring weather. Machiavelli would say it simpler: show the appearance that serves you, guard the reality that saves you. Comment: I hold the baseline. Number 10, reward what you want repeated and stop feeding what drains you. You already know this with dogs, with kids, with your own habits, but we forget it with grown-ups. Attention is a treat. Access is a treat. Warm tone, yes, is a treat. If someone brings you clarity, speed, integrity, reward fast and clean. If they bring you confusion, delay, drama, don't pay them in the currency they want. Don't reward chaos with your explanations. Don't reward bait with your rage. Use intermittent reinforcement for excellence: a quick praise, a small privilege, a public nod. For nonsense, silence, distance, and a policy. You don't need punishments. Lack of payoff is punishment enough. Machiavelli knew benefits given with thought enlarge loyalty. Careless gifts grow monsters. Comment: I reward with precision. Number 11. Use strategic warmth to lock allies, not to appease enemies. Safety comes from alliances, not from handouts. Warmth is a bridge you extend to those who can meet you in the middle and carry weight with you. Use memes, eye contact, small notes of appreciation with people who prove reliable. That warmth compounds. For the chronic critic or the opportunist, give civility, not warmth. Civility is the floor, warmth is the invitation. If you throw warmth at a taker, you teach them your affection is discount priced. Machiavelli warned that mercy toward the wicked breeds more wickedness. Your job isn't to convert wolves, your job is to feed shepherds. Comment: I offer warmth with intent. Number 12. Pair fox vision with lion enforcement. The fox sees traps, the lion scares wolves. Most of us specialize in one and get eaten by the other. Train both. Fox vision. Ask yourself, what's the bait here? Is this deadline real or theatrical? Is this urgent or just loud? What do they gain if I react fast? Lion enforcement. When a line is crossed, enforce once and strongly. Not a long speech, a clear consequence. We agreed on X. No threats, just outcomes. Injuries. Do them in one clean stroke. Benefits, offer them in measured steps. The room learns quickly who carries real edges. Comment, I see like a fox, I enforce like a lion. Number 13, never promise under pressure. Pressure is a counterfeit printer. It spits out agreements you can't afford. If someone pushes for a yes while your pulse is loud, buy time. The weak think stalling is losing. It isn't. It's refusing to carve your future with a trembling hand. Promise slowly, deliver cleanly. That way your word regains weight, and you stop mortgaging tomorrow to rescue today. Remember, when a promise binds you to the wrong thing, breaking it later costs 10 times more in trust, in energy, in reputation. Machiavelli would tell you, rule your commitments or they will rule you. Comment, I promise slowly. Number 14, make exit your quiet superpower. The person who must stay loses to the person who can leave. That's not romance, that's gravity. Build exit options everywhere, skills that travel, relationships beyond one gatekeeper, savings that buy you time, standards that let you say no without theater. When people sense you're trapped, they test you harder. When they sense you can walk, they mind their tone. You don't have to announce your exits, you simply need to know them. It changes your face, it changes your choices, it changes the room. The ability to leave is what lets you stay on your terms. Comment, I keep options. Number 15, name the frame or get swallowed by it. Whoever names what's happening starts to own what happens next. If a meeting turns into blame theater, say it. This is drifting toward blame. Our goal is decisions. If a partner keeps rerouting the talk to old wounds, name it. We're cycling the past. Naming is not nagging, it's steering. Use short labels, neutral tone, and then redirect. The label shrinks chaos. The redirect gives the room a door. Machiavelli's court lived on images and interpretations. Whoever shaped the story shaped the piece. Comment, I name the frame. Number 16, run crisis drills before the fire. Emotional ambushes feel fatal because they're unfamiliar. Make them familiar. Write 3 scripts in your notes, one for public criticism, one for private betrayal, one for sudden reversal of plans. Keep each to 3 lines. Example, thanks for raising that. Here are the facts. Or, that crossed a boundary. I'm stepping back for now. Or, context changed. We're rescoping. Practice out loud when you're calm so your mouth can find the words when your heart sprints. In crisis, your brain reaches for rehearsed sentences. Give it good ones. Comment, I drill the storm. Let's ground this in real rooms. Work, Monday morning. Your teammate jokes about your speed in front of the boss. Old you, defend, over-explain, laugh too hard, then stew all day. New you, baseline, Fox Vision, it's status theater. Name the frame. We're drifting into banter. For clarity, my deliverable ships Wednesday. Reward precision later. Send a short praise to the one who brought solutions, not noise. You didn't fight, you moved the board. Relationship. Your partner comes in hot after a long day, misreads your tone, fires a spike. Old you, mirror their energy, turn kitchen into court. New you, tactical pause. That question reframes. If they want comfort, offer short warmth, not a TED Talk. If they want a plan, propose one next step, not a manifesto. Strategic warmth for ally, civility for heat. You didn't swallow your feelings, you scheduled them. Friendship. The friend who always asks never reciprocates. New you, scarcity. This week's full. Next open window is Friday, 4 to 5, and it's for X. If they push, you don't perform guilt. When they finally bring value, reward swiftly. If they never do, exit quietly. You're not punishing them, you're protecting a future where your yes still means something. Family. The relative who prosecutes you about money or life choices at gatherings. Old you, defend the whole biography. New you, terrain shift. Not a group topic. They'll roll their eyes. That's fine. You move the court, and most cases vanish when they lose the audience. If they take the appointment, you're ready. Agenda, time cap, 2 outcomes. Online, the troll who grabs at your mood with a single sentence. Old you, reply thread, lost afternoon. New you, attention is currency and you are closed. You delete, block, or ignore. If you must respond for the optics, do it once, cleanly, then starve the fire. Your silence becomes an edit tool. Not every reply deserves your signature. Here's a micro routine to wire this in. Morning, 2 minutes of stillness, 1 minute of breath counting, 30 seconds of visualizing your baseline in today's big moment. Midday, 1 tactical pause on purpose. Count 3 before answering a challenge. Evening, 1 micro retrospective. Where did I leave my baseline? What bait worked? What will I put between me and that hook tomorrow? This isn't therapy, it's training. Understand what's happening underneath. People test you to find your shape.
They need to know where your edges are so they can build around you or climb on you. If you don't place your edges, they will place them for you. Emotional untouchability isn't emotional poverty, it's emotional governance. You can love hard, laugh loud, cry when it's time, and still refuse to be jerked by every passing string. The difference is choice. The difference is timing. The difference is that the room stops deciding who you are before you do. Some will call this cold. Let them. They benefit from your leaks. They miss your instant yes, your fast replies, your open gate. They will test you more intensely right after you change. That's the final flare before a dying habit goes dark. Hold the baseline. Keep the pauses. Reward excellence. Withdraw fuel from fires. The test ends when the system learns it can't move you with old levers. Do this now. Pick one relationship where you will apply strategic warmth today and one where you will scale down attention. Pick one promise you will not make under pressure. Pick one exit you'll quietly build in the next 30 days. Skill, savings, second client, new pipeline. Then write this beneath your last comment. I train before the storm. Next, we're going to flip the lens outward. How to use your calm to steer rooms, shape negotiations, and move groups without raising your voice. You'll learn the exact patterns to set agendas, create compliance, and make people feel your gravity without feeling your grip. For now, lock this in. You don't need fewer emotions. You need fewer handles for other people to grab. When you trim those handles, your life gets quiet and your influence gets loud. Number 17. Set the agenda before the room can set you. The first person who names the goal and the path quietly owns the path. Walk in with 3 sentences loaded. Outcome, time box, next step. Here's what we're solving. We have 30 minutes. Most people drift because the river is easy. You drop a channel and the river follows. This is not bossiness. It's air traffic control. Planes need a runway. Give them one. Machiavelli would nod. Shape perception, shape events. Comment, I set the agenda. Number 18. Anchor the numbers and make silence do your math. In negotiation, the person who throws the first clean number sets gravity. Do it calmly, then shut up and let the quiet work. People fear silence because they hear their insecurity in it. Learn to enjoy it. If they press for your maximum, give ranges that favor you and tie them to outcomes, not feelings. If they throw a low anchor, don't argue in the basement. Move to the floor you want. That doesn't map to the outcome. Then breathe. They'll climb. Comment, I anchor, then I hold. Number 19. Engineer compliance with small, clean asks. Don't try to lift the whole house at once. Ask for the knob. People are tired. Remove friction. After they say yes to something tiny, step them up. Calendar invite, document review, decision. This isn't manipulation. It's kindness to busy brains. You're guiding, not pushing. Machiavelli prized momentum. Once the cart moves, it wants to keep moving. Comment, I build with small yeses. Number 20. Craft if-then rules and stop refereeing chaos. Personal policies save you from personal drama. These rules are not threats, they are guardrails. You enforce them like gravity, not revenge. No speeches, no heat. People learn your edges by bumping them. Give them something firm to hit. Comment, I run on rules, not moods. Number 21, create a coalition before the show. Rooms are not only tables. They're gravitational fields pulled by a few bodies. Identify the two people whose nods matter. Pre-frame them before the meeting. Share the outcome you want. Ask for their concern. Fold a detail of their concern into your opening line. When they hear their thought in your words, they relax and often support you on autopilot. You didn't stack the deck. You just read the deck before you played. Machiavelli survived on alliances. The lone genius is a myth told by lonely geniuses. Comment, I line up allies early. Number 22, escalate benefits gradually, deliver consequences cleanly. When someone performs, bump access or trust one notch at a time. People value what climbs. When someone violates a boundary, don't punish in 1,000 cuts. Make one clear consequence and be done. Soft, simple, final. Lingering pain breeds resentment. Single strokes breed respect. The fox sees the trap. The lion makes an example. Comment, I give in steps and cut once. Number 23, stance beats words. You can say everything right with the wrong body and people won't hear you. Practice the geometry of authority. Sit a little back in your chair, feet flat, elbows open, palms still, chin level. Speak on your exhale. Keep your sentences short. Let your eyes rest instead of darting. Don't nod while you disagree. That's training others to bulldoze you. And when you agree, nod once like a stamp, not a puppy. This is not performance for applause. It's an environment where your message can breathe. Comment, my stance speaks. Number 24, prime the room with choices, not questions. Open-ended chaos invites tangents and tantrums. Offer bounded options. We have two paths. We can ship a lean version Friday or full version next Thursday. When you do this, you're not bullying, you're protecting time. Rooms reward whoever makes thinking easier. You'll be accused of being controlling by people who love confusion, because confusion is where they win. Smile, keep the lanes. Comment, I design choices. Number 25, summarize like a judge. At the end of any heavy conversation, take 60 seconds and make a record. Here's what we decided. You own A by Wednesday. I own B by Friday. Risks are C and D. Send it. The summary is your shield against revisionist history, your anchor against emotional fog. Without it, the story shapeshifts and you end up arguing ghosts. Judges don't leave verdicts in the air. They hit the gavel. Be the gavel. Comment, I close the loop. Number 26, control access to protect gravity. Constant availability dissolves respect. Set office hours even if you're not a doctor. Batch your replies. Use a buffer, assistant inbox, form, scheduler. When people can grab you at any moment, they grab lazily. When they have to pass a small gate, they think before reaching. You're not building a castle moat, you're building a garden fence. The right people knock, the wrong people wander off. Machiavelli's princes guarded audience for a reason. Scarcity signals value. Comment, I gate my time. Number 27, deploy strategic warmth as a surprise, not a default. Begin neutral and steady. When someone shows a meaningful effort, light them up with a precise compliment and a small gift of access or trust. Because your baseline isn't gushing, your warmth lands like sunshine after winter. People move toward those who make them feel seen without feeling smothered. Warmth, rare and real, turns acquaintances into allies. Comment, I warm with precision. Number 28, protect reputation like a bank and make consistent deposits. Your brand is not your logo or your charm. It's the memory others store about how predictable you are. Do you answer when you said you would? Do you hold the boundary you declared? Do you keep your voice when the room loses theirs? Every repetition compounds. When you're consistent, you don't have to demand respect. People budget it for you. Machiavelli survived regime weather by being legible to allies and unreadable to enemies. Be both. Predictable to your circle, opaque to your critics. Comment: I am reliably calm. Number 29. Decide what you won't do even if it pays. When your standards exclude easy money and cheap approval, your life gets clearer, your network gets cleaner, and your emotions stop sprinting after every shiny thing. Say no to partnerships that cost your peace. Say no to speed that kills quality. Say no to audiences who only clap for outrage. The world will offer you bags to carry that look like gold and feel like anchors. Decline graciously. Your reputation will become a magnet for the work that needs your exact weight. Comment: I don't chase, I choose. Number 30. Teach your edges so others can build around you. Emotional untouchableness isn't a lonely fortress, it's a lighthouse. Tell your team how to escalate to you. Tell your partner what you need to cool down. Tell your family which topics belong offstage at dinner. Tell your clients how you price and when you're reachable. People don't mind edges when they can see them. They mind surprise. The more you show your structure, the more you can relax inside it. Comment: I am clear and calm. Let's pull the thread tight.
You learn to set the frame, hold the baseline, pause on purpose, and keep your attention rich by spending it less. You learn to reward excellence, starve nonsense, and never promise with a racing pulse. You learn to pick terrain, drill crisis lines, and move rooms with 3 sentences instead of 3 storms. And you learn that Machiavelli's old truths aren't cold, they're caretaking. Govern appearance to protect reality, govern timing to protect outcomes, govern yourself to govern the room. Here's your 48-hour field kit. Before your next meeting, send a 1-paragraph pre-frame with outcome, time box, and decision. In the meeting, anchor once, then shut up and let silence work. After, send the judge's summary and honor the answer. In your messages, take one hot conversation from text to voice with an agenda and a time cap. Build one if-then rule and follow it exactly once. Feel the immediate relief of not refereeing chaos. You will be tested. People who thrived when your emotions were public property will knock and rattle and plead for the old show. Smile. You don't perform there anymore. You're not colder, you're clearer. Not harsher, harder to move. Not distant, disciplined. And discipline is how love, work, and legacy stop bleeding out through 100 small, invisible cuts. Now the choice that decides everything. You can keep living the old way, reactive, explaining, apologizing for your pulse, until rooms, timelines, and takers spin you dry. Or you can live the new way, calm as armor, timing as weapon, boundaries as invitations to take you seriously. One path feels warm now and costs you later. The other feels firm now and pays you daily. If this shifted your angle on power, hit like. If you want more plain-spoken truths that make you quiet and effective, subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss what's next. Share this with the one person in your circle who bleeds from being too available. And drop this final affirmation in the comments: I master emotional control. Remember, in a world full of wolves, don't be a sheep begging for weather you can't control. Be a shepherd, calm, strategic, and strong, someone who protects the flock not by snarling, but by setting the path and keeping the pace. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.